Hey, welcome back to my channel. So I have just got a new phone. I wanted to test out what my 11 Pro looks like, and I was thinking, what do I record? So I decided to opt for, let me tour you around my living room. You've probably already seen it, but I wanted to have a video that was dedicated to each room. So this is just more of like an actual tour of what I have. So I live in Birmingham in the UK in England, and yeah, welcome to my chateau. So enjoy the tour. You can kind of see a little bit of it now. Well, this is all of it. I'm just going to explain how it goes really. So looking at my actual house, I have what is actually called a coach house. So I basically do have a flat which is situated on top of two garages. The people that live here are me and my cat, Maisie. She's just down here. Maisie, do you want to say hi to everyone? Come here. She ran away, so. But yeah, so I live here with me and my cat. I've been living here for a year, 2 years now actually, 2 years, like 2 days ago. It's changed quite a lot. If anyone knows me, they know that my living room has been every colour under the sun. But we're here now, we have this one. So looking at the actual floor plan of this coach house, I live on the top floor of what is this coach house here. The one floor is two garages that you can see. One of the garages is mine on this side, and the other garage belongs to a neighbour, and then it's their car on that side in their driveway. But basically, the floor plan upstairs is just simply when you walk up the stairs, you come into the open plan living room, dining room area, which is what I'm showing you now. And then really, this is it. It's now painted white and with one splash of a brown wall with a series of photographs on. They're actually all my own artwork. No, it's not actually. One isn't my own artwork. The one which is the fan looking dot one, that's actually a wallpaper sample from online. The other three are my illustrations. One is one of the M-Vibe prints, and then two are just my actual hand illustrations. And I got this beautiful brass clock, and you know what? It's so heavy. I got it from TKMax for like 30 quid, reduced from like 80, and I feel like it's real brass. It's definitely real metal, because when you pick it up, the weight of it is astonishing. So really good find that was. And you can see that I am obsessed with gold, so every frame is in gold or black, and I just kind of have this theme running really throughout my apartment. My sofa is from IKEA. It is very soft, very bouncy. And yeah, no, I absolutely love this sofa. The sofa itself was £600 plus the £20 delivery. I got it from IKEA. It's the IKEA Knockaby series. It's a chaise lounge one, the one that's on the left, I believe. I always get confused if it's like, then you have to face it and then it's on the left. Because for me, naturally, I always sat on the sofa. Here is the chaise lounge piece. That's what I'm like sitting on right now. And I always thought it was on the right, but I have got the left chaise lounge. And then I actually got the cover instead of one of the IKEA covers, because there was an IKEA cover I liked. It was this is black and white one, but they sold out of it, and I was waiting really long for it to come back online, and it didn't come back online. And when I rang up, they said they discontinued it, but it was okay because I actually did want to get the cover for this to be a little bit different. So this is actually a custom cover from Soferia or something like that. But what they do is that they will custom build you a sofa cover from one of the many array of fabrics, and to fit the IKEA sofa ranges. This is one that I had made that was for no. So this sofa cover was actually £400, I believe, or £375. I just decorated it at the moment with two pillows from IKEA and this one small one from H&M Home. And I might buy them now. They're quite nice. This one's silky, and that one's just like a more of a cottony pattern. I already had this grey little poof, which I got from Homesense, which is TKMax, or in America, TJ Huge. No, TJMax, I think in America it is, but in the UK it's called TKMax. I do not know why. So it's fabulous. And that's also where I got my chair from. So I've got this really big gold velvet grey chair with this gold frame. Absolutely stunning. Everyone always loves it. Anyone's always like, are you ever sat in that chair? Let me know. And I'm like, never sat in that chair. I mean, it hardly fits in this tiny little pokey apartment, but it's so goddamn beautiful. And then on this one at the moment, I'm just styling it with a cushion that my mother made. And talking about my mother, there's also some artwork on the one wall, which is also made by my mother as well. These are some of her old lino prints, not lino prints, etchings, I think. So I think they were carved into metal, ink them up, put them through the press. And you know what? I just found them really beautiful. And also, I'm looking up now, and the one above it, that's not my mom's. That's technically mine, but it's my mom's vision. Because basically, I used to do art and illustration, and I was drawing this painting. And I was cleaning my brush in an old kind of like, you know, paint pot, and I had a scrap piece of paper on the side, and I was just cleaning my brush here once I was doing my main illustration. My mother comes over as an abstract artist, obviously, and goes like, oh, that's so beautiful, Laura, pointing to the scrap piece of paper on the side. And she's like, this is fabulous. I can see all of these trees and everything. And she has this vision for abstract art that I obviously don't. And she liked it, and she framed it and put it in the house. And she had it framed in her house for years. So it was just something to bring almost like a little bit of mum back to me. In the living room, I also have my rug, and I wanted a really big rug because I got laminate in the whole thing. I actually put this laminate down myself with my family, which is cute. I remember doing this when we actually first got the place. And I got this cute video of my nan and granddad, which if I can find, I'll put in. I also have my dresser, which was from British Heart Foundation. It cost me £40, and I completely renovated and stripped the whole thing down. There's actually a video all about how I did this. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm gonna let you hit that video to find out more about that cupboard, but it's a very messy process. But I absolutely love it. It's in the room. It's the one. It's quite large, but it does store a lot, and for me, that's what I needed. It's got my camera and photography equipment in there. It's got my printer stored in there. All of my kind of like tools and stuff. And a whole bunch of books and an Xbox as well, so which isn't mine. But yeah, I've just kind of decorated this with like a few knickknacks. I kind of change these every single week. I have like downstairs what feels like a mini TKMax, and I can just go around and be like, oh, you know, I'm gonna have this today, and then after I have this. Well, this is actually half the plate because the cat smashed it. So I've got to glue it back together. I have a Buddha from TKMax. I have another Buddha on a stick, which I like because I feel like sometimes I sit like this. And I feel like it reflects my mood. Structurally, this room is a little bit awkward because I can't put really things in many places. This is the only place the TV can go because on the other side, you can see that it's a bit of an unorganized shape, and we have what is now the new kind of like office nook, which before looked a little bit different. Let me plug my other video, designing my home office, or how to design your home office, because I've actually moved now to some offices space in town. I don't use this in the same way, but I now have it as more of a decorative office. And sometimes if I do have to work from home and I don't want to sit on the sofa, I can sit there and do that, and that's when I use it there. But what it means is that I don't have a space for a TV to go on that wall anywhere, so the TV has to go on that wall. But I much prefer the way that this looks now. And I've got in there IKEA shelves, an IKEA desk with the IKEA legs, a chair from eBay, and I've just put a rug over the chair just to kind of soften it a little bit and make it feel a little bit less officey, because the chair is really useful, it's comfortable, but I just didn't want it to look very masculine in the room, so throwing the rug on it made it a little bit more feminine for me. Actually, this frame's a really nice story because, I mean, it's a nice story if you like cats, but my cat, I had a cat called Daisy, and she was my world. My friends will know about her. And on the day that she passed, when she went to sleep, we got it done in the garden. And I picked 2 daisies. Well, those aren't daisies per se. They were never flowered. My mom told me, but when they're dried, it looks like a massive version of a daisy. And I put one on her and I kept the other one and dried it, and then I framed it in this picture. So every time I look up, I do have this like piece of artwork, which is, people might not even know, but for me, I look at it and I just see my cat. So it's really special to me anyway, because that's a little piece of her that's quite beautiful. So you don't necessarily have to have pieces of photographs that look like someone, you have to have something sentimental. Again, little knickknacks. These are some old vintage photography cameras that I think I just picked up at like a vintage store somewhere. There were, and then I have this tile, which is actually a free sample, but like it's the whole Terrazzo vibe that everyone's really obsessed with right now. And if you, it's a little idea that you can kind of like contact these companies and ask for a free sample, and then if they look cute, you can actually just use them as deco. So why not be a bit creative? Do you know what I mean? It's Corona, we've all got to save some money. This cupboard here just literally is a pantry for my kitchen. I then have 2 skylights which kind of like flood the kitchen area. I haven't spoke about the kitchen. Yeah, kitchen. I mean, it's just one wall and this corner, which is quite sufficient for one person, I will say, but it sometimes gets a little cramped, like if we're both trying to cook at the same time. So I kind of have to buy, like, I've got one pot, one pan, and that's not just because that's all, I don't cook and I don't like it. It's because there's not that much places to store them. So if I had a proper house, I would have like 5 pots. I ain't got space for all these pots. And like even the space that I do have that's like on show, like I want it to look nice, so I've put up like my glasses and stuff there, but I've also tried to style it aesthetically. Like I just don't want to pile like packets of food up there. So it's a bit of a mismatch situation, but it's still a cute kitchen. And I just added in the black at the very back because I kind of just feel like it zoned it off into this dark at the top and light at the bottom, and it zoned off the kitchen towards the end of the space. So the light in that space mostly comes from the skylights that are positioned towards the back of the room, and then there's also these strip lights that run underneath the shelf, and that lights up the area where I'm actually physically working. And then I do have in the space these 3 lights that are in the middle that work on the individual switches. These 3 lights are all from actually eBay, and then the one that's directly above me right now, this is my white light, which I don't like to put on at night time unless I really need a lot of light because it's very bright, but it's not necessarily the nice aesthetically because it's a white light, and people know what white lights look like at home. It can look a bit stark, but it was the bulbs I bought with it already, so it was either do that or buy more bulbs. So I just kept it, and I have enough warm lights in here anyway, that it's fine. But that really is it. That is the living room. Welcome to the Chandar. That's not even a word. Welcome to the chateau. So thanks for watching this video, guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and please subscribe to my channel if you do like what I've got to say, and if you like the idea of any of my other videos. I do a lot of DIY stuff on here. I'm also an artist and entrepreneur in interior design and graphics and animation, so I sometimes share kind of like my stories about that on here as well as like other creative things and stuff like that in my life. So if you are interested, subscribe to the channel, guys.